Yes, what's good, everybody? So, quick shit vid. This is what it's all about, innit? Man City, obviously, tomorrow, 12:30 kick-off. It's on BT Sport. Mental game, but this is why we're here. So, I'm excited about it. We've got a bit of a, this month could have been pretty horrendous, if we were sort of struggling a little bit more than we are, but we're well clear of relegation and all that stuff, so we don't have to worry about that. However, having said that, I don't believe in these free hit things. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world, really. Like, especially when you've got Bielsa at the helm, like, he will not be going to not win the game. He will want to win the game. It's obviously a massive game, and Man City are so good, and if they get away from us, then we're fucked, aren't we? But in fairness, in the last game when we played and 1-1, it was a mint game, and end to end want it in the end. But I remember the first sort of 15-20 minutes, and I were in pub, and it were like nobody were depressed about it, but because it was just like, we just saw the level really that they were sort of playing at. Like, I remember when De Bruyne hit post, and then I think Sterling had a chance or something. But then, like we always do, we just found us feet, and we just never not confident, and just got so much energy, managed to break away and stuff. Obviously, Rodrigo bagged a goal, which were mint last time out. So, yeah, if we can stay in the game, I think the only way we can win the game is if it's a high-scoring game. So I'm probably going to go 3-2, which I know is a bit mental, but I can't see them. I can't see us keeping them out, but I can't see them keeping us out, like, genuinely, unless they go ahead early, and then I think they'll just, to be honest, plough on and potentially steamroll us a bit. But we do have this, I'm just saying that, and we do have this remarkable ability, because I'll always back Leeds, but we do have this remarkable ability to bounce back, and we're never bothered by it. Do you know what I mean? Like, the players just do. They're so, like, believe in the system so much, and they just do exactly, like, what they're told, basically. So there's a few things to think about, really, tomorrow. So, obviously, Harrison's out. Well, he's not out, but he's not allowed to play because Man City is still signed to Man City. That's his parent club, and they won't let him play, which sometimes they don't do that, but that's been in the contract, so bit lame on Man City's behalf, really. But I suppose they have let us loan him again. Like, how many more times can you loan a player, really? So I'm just thinking about the options. Like, last time, Alioski played out wide, didn't he? Out wide on left. But that'd mean that Dallas would have to go left back, and I really don't want that. I think you imagine the amount of work that's going to be put in tomorrow in that central area. Like, it's going to be hardcore. Like, whoever they play, it's just there's so many, like, quality players. So I don't think he'll go Alioski on left. I was discussing it with my brother, and, like, this is not going to happen. But there's a, like, we've never put Rodrigo out wide, have we? And that's not going to happen. But I just think from the right that could work. Like, if we haven't got Harrison, I don't really like Raf out on left, to be fair. But you could have Rodrigo on right, Raf on left. But I'm not saying that we should do that. I'm just it's just a bit of shit talk, that. I'd rather that than put Alioski on left. But I think what he'll do is what he did last time out, which just put Costa. Not what he did last time out. When Harrison didn't want playing, he was starting Costa. Because last time out against Man City, he played Alioski. But I think he'll put Costa on. The thing is, for me as well, like, you got to look at Costa had come on really on right hand side, and then Raf had gone left. But I really want Raf on the right, because they've got, like, the past 3 or 4 games they've played Cancelo, Mendy and Zinchenko, and obviously they've got Champions League games, and they played Cancelo in the Champions League game against Dortmund, played Mendy the game before that, and then played Zinchenko the game before that, so they are sort of rotating them. And any of them 3, even though I think Cancelo is probably the best of the 3 going forward, Zinchenko's probably the best overall player, out of him and Cancelo, but Zinchenko's slightly more defensive-minded than Cancelo, if you see what I mean. Like, Cancelo just mint on ball, and Zinchenko's got a little bit more to his game. And then Mendy, who I think's... I really, when he signed for City, I really liked Mendy, but he's been a bit pap lately, so you'd have to... And he made that mistake, if you remember, when Ayling went through on goal last time. So he's somebody to get at, and if we can get Ayling and Raf up the pitch on one of them 3, I think we could, like, really exploit them, to be honest. Because they do play such a high press, don't they, and really far forward and stuff. Pep Guardiola said that it's the worst team to play in between Champions League games, which is just a mint thing for him to say in it about Leeds. And obviously he loves Bielsa, so that'll be playing on his mind again. I think he'll play Cooper and Llorente. The interesting thing for me is as well, like, will they play without a striker? Because like the last couple of games, although against Leicester they played Aguero and Jesus, he played like out wide, which is 2 games ago. But against Everton, like, I'm just looking here, they've obviously, everybody knows that they're never playing with a. They're not playing with a striker at the moment, and they didn't against Dortmund and stuff. And they brought Jesus on later on. Having said that, against Everton they did play Jesus, but more often than not they've not, because they've had Aguero out. They've always just been playing with like Sterling up top, or De Bruyne sort of like pushing on and stuff. They keep, or even Bernardo Silva's in there, so you just don't know what you're going to get from him. I noticed on I don't really watch that other channel that I'm always whinging about, but I just caught back end of it, and the shit talk I couldn't believe. Like, I know I talk shit, but he was saying that he doesn't think Llorente will be able to deal with, because he plays balls out from the back, so he just thinks Man City will snap Llorente up, and will he be able to deal with it and stuff. Like, you cannot argue with what Llorente's done when he's come in. He's been he's been head and shoulders against any of our other centre backs this whole season, and he's only what, 5 games in to being a former sick note. So it's crazy talk. Is that and it's Spanish international don't mean all, but it does when he's good. Do you know what I mean? So a Spanish international who is actually good, if you don't think he can deal with a high press, or I'm not saying he won't make a mistake either. He's obviously, anybody can make a mistake, but that's just nonsense talk. And to suggest then that like then you have to play Struijk, Silent J, who I love, but like that's a drop down. You'd have to say that's a drop down in standard, even though Struijk, Silent J, is mint. Like, I really like him and he's one for the future, but I think Llorente's on that next level already, and I think he's got another level to go. So bit wild on his behalf, that, but anyway, that is what it is. But yeah, I think we can get at them. I think they'll play probably Fernandinho in defensive midfield role. I think they'll just play one. There's a bit of talk about, I saw online at Leeds Live, like they were saying that they could maybe go just like shit talk, but could go 5 at back. It might not have been Leeds Live, I can't remember exactly what website it was, but 3 at back and get Struijk back in. You could go, but Cock ain't going to start, but you could go Struijk, Cooper and Llorente back. But I can't really see the point of that when they don't really play with an out-and-out striker. Obviously, if Aguero starts, that's a bit of an issue, but Aguero's unfit. Jesus is really threatening and he's obviously really good, but he's just more of a workhorse than all else. So I think Llorente and Cooper can deal with that. But yeah, what you're saying is crazy game, innit? I'm buzzing for it, like everybody should be, as you all will be, I'm sure. I'm going to jump on a live tomorrow at 11:30, because that went really well last week. I thought it was pretty mint. Everybody jumped on and started having a bit of a chat with me. So when the lineup comes in, I'll do that again if everybody's up for that. So yeah, let me know what you reckon. I'm going to go 3-2. I'll go Bamford, Raf, and then I'm honestly going to say Llorente. One, because that dick slap we're having a go, saying he don't think he'll be able to deal with the De Bruynes of the world. And then, and furthermore on that, Llorente against Ronaldo, when he played Spain against Portugal, was absolutely on another level. He had him in his pocket, and then he got injured coming back. So he never really played for us after that, and then obviously he's recovered. But Llorente, I'm saying that genuinely, because he looks like he can pick up a goal, and if he goes on a bit of a run like he has been doing, I do think he's got a bit about him, like in and around box. So, Bush, let's go with that 3-2. I don't give a fuck who scores for them. Man City, just as a side note, they got me through some tough times while Leeds was shit. Because I love watching Premiership football or Premier League football, and I hate Man United. So when Robinho signed for Man City, I thought I'm just going to enjoy this ride. So I do actually know a little bit more about Man City than I do any other club apart from Leeds. I don't mean I know all, I just mean I follow them more. Not that there is even a remote a bone in my body that doesn't want Leeds to smash City tomorrow. But yeah, I wonder if anybody can relate to that, just that pure hatred for Man United, feeling like Man City fans are actually proper fans, like not just glory fans. So I'm talking shit, let's go tomorrow. See you at 11:30 in a bit.
You do you no surprises why I ask.